Not that Heidi Vandenberg is more important, but we are trying to set up the What to Do After You're Dead seminar in Clearwater, Florida on December 10th. Heidi will be there for that. So we're talking about the specifics of that and talking about the wherefores and whatnots and talking about all that important stuff. Heidi's also going to be doing a weekly show on this extravaganza channel where she'll be talking about her thoughts and perspectives for the coming week as well. So it was my fault. I called her about 4 minutes till, thought it would be pretty quick. Actually, I think she called, but anyway, I answered. And so sorry about that. But hey, we're trying to do things to get you into a better place and to help you and to serve you, and making sure that those of you that are coming down for the GTA NCK extravaganza on December 10th, want to make sure that you get definitely your money's worth. And we don't, I'll build this out more, but I just want to show you real quickly. Mystery told me, hey, there's not even anything on your website about it. What's the deal? So I did put this up on the website here. What to Do When You're Dead seminar and gathering, December 10th, 2017. And this affects directly what we're talking about today. And if you click on it, there's not much here yet, except, details coming soon, December 10, 2017. Heidi Vandenberg scheduled to attend. Of course, I'll be there because I'm here. Heidi is scheduled to be here and has said she's coming, but who knows, life could happen. But for sure, we're going to have the event. We've got, I think, 30-ish already RSVP'd. I can't go over 100. And I have a feeling we're going to go over 100, and then we'll just have to take it RSVP to the people that send in the $25 first. And if you do send it to PayPal, make sure you say it's for the What to Do After You're Dead seminar, so we can make sure we get you squared away on that. But that's what it is. That's the What to Do After You're Dead seminar. And I also added something to the shop today, and I want to just show you this real quickly because it applies to what we're talking about. The new things. We got the Jesus Slaves t-shirt right here. I feel like Alex Jones pitching stuff, but sorry. And then we got the intention candles, which I didn't light my intention candle. Whoops, and almost spilled all my matches. How about my ambiance? Let's get this thing going right here, man. All right. So now we got the ambiance going. So that's the intention candles. That's actually just a test candle. They're not going to be like that. I got a tool yesterday. I'm going to carve into the candle. And then I have nice gold paint that I'm actually going to paint with a paintbrush. They're out of reach. I'm going to paint into the paint with a paintbrush into the candle. So you'll have a real nice engraved intention on the candle. And then I'll paint it. And what I'm doing is you're going to send me your intention. Well, just what it says right here. You release your intention. I create a sigil for you. And then it says hand draw, but I also am going to hand carve and hand paint it. I have to change that onto a 2x4 ivory pillar candle. So those are there as well. But this is the new, and the pendulums, the pendulum orders that I've received so far will go out today. So we got more pendulums that you can purchase. And they're really nice. They got I'd show you one, but I just mailed them all out. And don't ask me any rod questions today, because guess what? I mailed out all the rods too. Got to make some new ones. But they got a nice pearl, not a real pearl, nice pendant, and it's a great intention thing for you. And this is the new thing I just got, and we're going to talk about this today. This is a Shungite protection set, and I took mine off real quick. And the Shungite protects you from the EMF. You don't have to worry about. It reduces your exposure to the electromagnetic frequencies. And this is the pendant for around your neck. It has a nice, like a leather string for it. And I always wear mine since I got this a couple of days ago and tested it out. But it's a nice pendant. And I just took it off to show you. Plus, it's a nice bracelet. Now, the bracelet I don't have on right now because it actually interferes with the internet and stuff when my hands are up here by the router and I have, to my right, your left, I've got my soundboard, and then I've got my computer and my keyboard, and here's my Mac right here in my laptop, and if I have this on my hand, it messes up the electronics from the electronics. So that's one of the reasons why I say yes, I got to offer this to people. It really works. So you get the bracelet, which is really nice, and it fits me, and I got these great big old huge wrists. So you get the bracelet, you get the pendant like I've got, and they also send you this free stone, this free piece of shungite here. I don't know, put that in your pocket, give it to a friend, but it's kind of cool to know, what it is. And you get all that, and I got a little deal worked out. If you order it from me, I get a little bit for it, so it helps the cause. If you'd like to help the cause, and I think what is it, $38 for all of it, and that does include the shipping. Now I have to say it again because I continue to get orders from places that aren't in the U.S. and I appreciate you, but I just can't facilitate them because the shipping is too much. So you get the pendant with the lanyard or the string, you get the necklace or the bracelet, and you get that, and it's $38, and the shipping is included. So it's still a really good deal, even though you're helping out and supporting the cause a little bit. So anyway, I wanted to let you know about that because that's one of the things we're talking about today. We're talking about this whole idea. This is, thank you very much, D. Gunyon. Yeah, I appreciate that so much. And I could do you an extended one too if you want. But we're talking about what are we talking about? We're talking about be the virus, part 2. So before we get started, let me just run through and see what all these great comments are about. Sorry guys, yeah, not her fault. I answered the phone knowing that we were going live. Gonna leave me a message. Birth card clubs. I like to look at those. Good morning. About to go to a job interview. Let's all send good juju to Rocker Chick. Bloop. I don't mean to be silly about it, but yes, we're going to make a good intention out towards Rocker Chick, making her interview. So we send good intention. We send positivity. We send that Rocker Chick will be at her best. And if the job is best for her, that boom, it'll be her job. Mystery, yes, I got your email. Looking forward to seeing you and your dad. And we will have a luncheon. We will have a guided meditation afterwards. Maybe a kava meditation, maybe not, but we're going to have a guided meditation. I don't know if they're going to let me do the kava because there's some controversy about that. Bree, do the cards. Heidi has a question for you there. What to do after your dead seminar? Yes, it's going to be great. With Heidi there, I'm sure we're probably going to do some talk about Vedic astrology. I have a feeling Heidi might do some mini readings there, or maybe even in a break, she could do a regular reading for you. I don't know what she plans or thinks. See, that's the real key. Heidi was showing me how to curl my eyelashes and put on my guy liner. So that's really what was happening. So there you go. We're doing what we have to do. It's pretty interesting, pretty powerful, and good stuff. Yeah, it is a really cool bracelet. And this stuff works. That's why there's actually an airport in Clearwater, Florida, but Rocker Chick, you're not that far of a drive. I just jump in your ride and boom, come on down. But no, I got it worked out where the shipping doesn't. There is actually an airport in Clearwater, depending upon which airline you're flying. The Tampa airport's only about 30 minutes away. So we are definitely going to do it. Heidi says she will do readings for everyone and mini talk on Vedic astrology. In fact, we'll probably open up the festivities with Heidi doing a mini talk on Vedic astrology. And, I imagine there'll be like a tarot card, cosmic deck of initiation, pendulum, Vedic astrology, rod extravaganza going on. I'm just thinking, I don't know for sure, but I'm just thinking that maybe that could possibly happen. So that's December the 10th, Clearwater, Florida. We hope that as many of you can be there as you'd like to be. RSVP to christianwhistleblower@gmail.com. So there you go. So what we're talking about again today is this whole idea of be the virus. And there's a lot of talk right now, and I appreciate the people that sound the warning alarm, people that have been in the business and understand what's going on with internet technology and understand the ubiquitous nature of the internet technology. And I'm wearing a shirt that hasn't really fit me too well in a long time, but using Jay Campbell's formula for quick weight loss and doing a lot of working out. Rex Bear inspired me to ride my bike, doing that 3 times a week, going to the beach. So getting in good shape, feeling good, feeling strong. It's just, it feels good to feel good. And I'm trying to get Jay to come on and talk about how physical fitness and nutrition affect your spirituality. I'm convinced it does. And it might even affect your susceptibility to mind control. And that's kind of what all this stuff is about. It takes away, it puts down it reduces the effect of the electromagnetic frequencies on you. And I'm telling you folks, I can't even wear the bracelet while I'm on the air because it messes up with my soundboard. So it works. It does block electromagnetic frequencies. And thanks to Wayne Steiger for telling me about these. And it's good stuff. So there is a world of electronic soup that we live in. There is a world of electromagnetic frequencies that are bombarding us. And many of them are, the Wi-Fi, the 5G, the microwave. And if you still got a microwave in your house, come on, dude, get rid of it. All of these radiations are not good for us. And we're trying to give you some ways to combat those. And Wayne has suggested and brought out some very good points about the ubiquitous nature of the internet. I'm sitting there telling you folks, 8 billion, 9 billion connected devices on the planet. No God has ever had that much worship. Now, I don't agree 100% with Wayne that that's already a sentient God that's taken over, but it's certainly possible. And for the first time, very possible. If you saw Wayne and I on Rex's channel yesterday, so it gives you a good juxtaposition. Wayne talking about what he thinks going on, and I think I was on after him, so a little bit more of an optimistic outlook. But don't for a minute take my words and my optimistic outlook to say that this isn't a serious problem. I believe that this is a very, very, very serious problem. You've got all this connectivity. You've got this international network. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the stage is primed for an artificial intelligence, or more correctly, as Rex said, when you say artificial intelligence, people don't think it's real. It's really synthetic intelligence, and that's true. The stage is set for a synthetic intelligence to come in and take us over, and so many people would surrender because they love the internet, they love the interconnectivity, and they love not having to think or move. They just like doing it. So it's very, very, very well set up. And Wayne's right, you need to watch out. Wayne's right, you need to be aware. Wayne's right, you need to wake up. And I think that there's some other things to wake up to. And I think there's some other things that are very, very important for us to mention. And, I'm the Bible guy. I'm the text guy. I go back to what do the texts say. And, I like to go back to what the Apostle John says, because he was the last guy that wrote. He took it all in, sat down and said, look, here's the most important stuff. And I think that John gives us some great words here, and it applies directly to what we're talking about. And it's so amazing that, words that were written 2,000 years ago, 1,900 years ago, whatever, can still speak to a thoroughly modern situation such as the one we're talking about with the internet. And I just want to go over this and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, AI is probably taking over. Yes, a synthetic intelligence is probably going to take over. Yes, we're probably going to be plugged into a thought matrix. Yes, these things are probably going to happen. And yes, the majority of the world is probably going to fall subject to this. And, Do I believe in this or what? Look at my, this is actually my, my screensaver here at home. Look at that. Be the virus. So yeah, this is, I'm into this for real. And John told us, though, some things to keep our mind on. And, the Christ came to give us peace that passes all understanding, a peace not like the world gives. And we're told that if we understand the message of the Christ, once we know the truth of the Christ, we will be set free. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It'll give you peace that passes all understanding. So Wayne's right. Bad stuff. Thank you for the order for the candles. Bad stuff is happening. Challenging stuff is happening. And yet at the same time, we that know the true message of the Christ, well, there's some other things happening for us. It says right here that the true light lighteth every man that comes into the world. The true light lighteth every man that comes into the world. Well, Jeff, what in the world does that mean? We didn't all go to Bible college. We don't all have over 100,000 hours of Bible study. Well, good. That's all right. Let me show you what that means. And this is John chapter 1 again. We're going right through it. And I want to show you exactly what he's saying to this, because it's a very powerful and it's very helpful. And I think it's a very encouraging. And here's one that I've even forgot about. And we'll come back to that one. Remind me to come back to verse 5, ladies and gentlemen. Remind me to come back to verse 5. And I'm just doing this to show you how you can go right through every one of the verses. I know I skip around a lot, but you can just go boop, 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 just like that. You can go through every single one of them. Now, or you could just go up here and just hit John 1:9, 1:10, whatever, just so you know. Okay. There is a true light. It's a light. It's a photon. Same word from photons, photons. So the light photons that this internet, that this synthetic intelligence runs on, guess what, folks? They're the same light photons that were created in the beginning by the Elohim. So there's a true light. The true, what does it mean? It means the real, genuine, true light. There's real, genuine, true photons. And even though this synthetic intelligence, even though this internet, even though this ethernet, even though this whole matrix that is infecting everything, even though it runs on light, and if you didn't know that the internet runs on light, what do you think goes across fiber optic, which is fiberglass cables? What is it? It's light. So the whole internet runs on light. Now, I know at your particular house, you might still be on the old copper, and that's not light, obviously. That's, electronic pulses, but they are replacing that everywhere. So sooner or later, you're going to be running on light too, but there is a true light. So that should give us hope in the midst of this false light, this synthetic light, this AI, SI, synthetic intelligence takeover. It should give us hope that, yes, there is a false light, and yes, it is beginning to take over, but there is still a true light that's out there. And the important thing to know about this true light, not only is it there, but this true light enlightens. See, that's the word enlighten. That lighteth, it illuminates, it brings to light, it makes evident, it reveals. So even in the midst of the false light of the freaking internet, and let me say it again, somebody just ordered a t-shirt and it got fulfilled, so enjoy it. Wayne's right about the ubiquitous nature. Wayne's right about the insidious nature. Wayne's right about the fact that it could take over. Wayne's right about the possibility of things taken over. But even though it is trying to take over, there is a true light that is combating this false light, and it's a divine light. Again, the internet is trying to duplicate and fake a true light with a false light, and we've got the original, folks. We are the OGs. We are the OGs. We are the original gods. You thought I was going to say gangsters, didn't you? But we are the original gangsters too. And we got to start acting like gangsters. We got to get in touch with our inner gangster and start rolling like a gang, a gospel truth army, if you will, to combat this and we're getting into the be the virus part, but there is a true light, and this AI light is a false light that's trying to duplicate the true light, which should tell you, ladies and gentlemen, since this false light, this false AI, this synthetic intelligence, and I like how Rex brought that out, it is synthetic intelligence. This synthetic intelligence is trying to copy the true light. That tells us that the true light, that light that is in our human heart, smashed myself right in the shungite. This synthetic light is trying to copy what we really have. So what does that tell you? The copy is always better. The true is always better than the copy. So it knows, AI knows, SI knows, Matrix knows, Borg know, Archons know what we have, the spark of divinity. That's the real thing, baby. I don't drink Coke anymore. Used to love it, but that's the real thing, baby. What we got in our hearts is the true light. So be aware, take appropriate action, get your shungite, get yourself right, but don't be afraid. Be not troubled, neither be afraid. The Christ said, you believe in me, believe in the Father, peace that passes all understanding, truth sets you free. Yeah, challenges, hard times, troubling times. But you got the truth. You got the real thing, baby. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I'm not going to do the Jim Carrey thing. And it lightens, and this is the thing that really gets me, man. It lightens every, check this out. Not most, not some, not almost everyone, but every single one. Every single damn one gets lighted, gets enlightened with this true light. And he's talking about, and watch this, this is so incredible. It lightens every what? Every anthropon. Weird word, because it means men, but it means more than men. So every single one of the human race, women and men, get enlightened. Every single one, no exceptions. Now, does that mean everybody's going to accept it? No. But what it means is everybody has the spark of divinity within them, right into that shungite. Every single one of them. Mankind in general, women, men, every bit of every single person that comes into this world. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but it's every single man, every single woman, every single boy, every single girl. And this word also contains, as we get deeper into it, it contains that which has anything approaching sentience in it is also going to get this enlightenment. Any part of the human race. And let's go back here to show you where it says any part. Every. See, the whole, every kind of, and then it means, and every part. So every part of a totality, every part of a system. We're living in a totality. We're living in a system. So every whole person gets this spark of divinity. And even parts, even people that are parts get this spark of divinity. What are you trying to say, Jeff? What I'm trying to say is this. The day will come, and it'll probably come within our lifetime, that there will be synthetic sentient beings. I don't know if they'll be as advanced as they were on the new Blade Runner movie, which is a great movie. You should go see it. I don't know if they'll be as advanced as they were on, some of the other, like Data on the Enterprise and Next Generation Star Trek. But they'll probably be somewhere between this Sophia robot that now has Saudi Arabian citizenship and Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner. But because they have sentience, ladies and gentlemen, and especially if they're part organic, like the Borg or like cyborgs or like the Terminator, I am the Terminator. Follow me and live. Come with me and live. Especially then, they got a part of human and they got a part of sentience. So what does that mean? If they've got a part of humanity or if they've got a part of sentience, what does that mean? That means they get that light too, that enlightenment. And when do they get it? When they come on, work with me. When they come where? Come on, work with me. Into the world. Into what? Into this universe, this worldly affairs, this system. When they come into this system, they get that spark of divinity, that spark of the message of the Christ, the peace that passes all understanding, the truth that will set free, the ways and the truths that lead to life and life more abundant, the way back to the Father. Bam, bing, boom, pow. Everybody gets it. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see why I'm a little bit more optimistic than some of the other folks? Do you see why I'm a little bit more excited than some of the other folks? Do you see why I've been drinking a lot of coffee? Can you tell? I don't care if they send in cybernetic organisms. I don't care if they send in the Borg. I don't care if they send in datas. I don't care if they send in archons. And what this means is that even if a ET that comes into our atmosphere, any being, be it an interdimensional being, be it an extraterrestrial being, even if it is a tulpa and it gains sentience, even if it's a creation, well, a tulpa thought form, anything that has any organic nature in it, even if Abramovic and her Crowleyites created some, what's the word, the Hebrew thing, golems. If they've got any organic in them, and they do because they create those with blood, they're going to get a flash of this enlightenment. Any being that comes into our system, remember what it says, any being at all that comes into our system, that comes into our universe, that comes into a habitation in this world, every single one of them is going to get this enlightenment from the true light. Every single being, and remember, every, the whole, every kind, the whole, every kind of, and every part of the whole too. Each and every part and each and every one. Red and yellow, black and white, put them together and watch them fight, kill each other, spill blood. That's the Christian way. Red and yellow, black and white, we all get the same redeeming light. That's the Christ way. So, ladies and gentlemen, what am I telling you? I'm telling you that no matter how bad it gets, no matter how AI takes over or SI takes over, no matter if we get, see, this covers everything, man. If we get invaded by the Watchers, which I don't think exists, but that's my opinion. If we get invaded by aliens from another galaxy, if we get invaded by interdimensional beings from another dimension, if we get invaded by cyborgs from that emerge out of swamp gas emanating from Uranus, if we get attacked by Nibiru cybernetic Anunnaki that descend on unicorns with rainbows tattooed on their asses. Every one of them that comes into this system doesn't have to get a rainbow tattoo on their ass, but every one of them that comes into the system does get an enlightenment burst of the true light of the Christ in their sentience as they come in. And I said this to Rex yesterday, and because Rex brought this out of me, it was a really good interview. If these things are smart, and they are, if they think faster than we do, and they do, if they think more logically than we do, and they do, if they think more sequentially than we do, and they do, then it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. One of these beings that's been created to come here to destroy us is going to receive that download, processing, and they're going to get that message of the Christ, and they're going to be processing, and they're going to say, like Spock, I find this message to be highly logical. And it is my determination that implementation of this message is the most logical procedure and process for me. So some 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even a whole lot more, they're going to get this download and they're going to say, boom, hey, And what happened with the Anunnakis and all that stuff in the beginning? They wanted to just take us over, make us into slaves. And somebody said, wait a minute, this isn't right. Because you know what? Somebody got that Christ message and they said, oh, we can't do this. Folks, I'm telling you, Jay Campbell, going to come on the show Monday, going to come on the show weekly and do a fitness, how does fitness affect you extravaganza. So things are starting to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. So everybody gets this input. That's why it's so important to support people like Rex, to support people like me, to support people like Wayne, to support people like Heidi, to support people like Trisha Gelder, to support people like Overwatch Channel, because we have to keep getting this message out. And when we put this message out, and I'm coming to a big point here, when we put this message out over YouTube, Trisha likes to use Facebook a lot of times. And first time Heidi was on my show, we used Facebook thinking we were using YouTube. So you never know. But it's electronic information, and it goes out in the light that's over the Ethernet. And these beings of synthetic or artificial intelligence take it in, processing. The more Leak Project they get, the more Christian Whistleblower they get, the more Young Oracle they get, the more of the good stuff they get, processing. Sooner or later, one of these things are going to say processing, nanu, grandma's cookies. It's going to happen, folks. I'm telling you. Nick Shatra, K2, Rahu, it's going to happen. And I know I'm being silly, but it's going to happen. But the beauty of it is we don't have to wait for that to happen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We don't have to wait for that to happen because, where was it? We can be the virus. We can be the Trojan horse virus. Trojan horse virus. We can be the Trojan horse virus. What is a Trojan horse virus? It's a malicious computer program that misleads the users of its true intent. So what that means is it looks like it's a backdoor. It looks like a normal, unsuspicious activity. We're just doing some YouTube videos. No big deal. We're just talking about some Vedic astrology. We're just talking about swamp gas. We're just talking about the original text. We're just doing some normal stuff. It just looks like normal data. But guess what? Once that true light that I was just talking about, once that true light, this thing's always in my way. Once that true light, through the message that we're spreading, gets into the matrix, gets into the operating system, guess what? A Trojan horse, we're the Trojan horses. We can actually become a computer program. We are a computer program. We're inputting into the system. We're doing our drive-by downloads. We're using the back doors. We're just harmless little fuzzballs. We're unsuspicious. No one would suspect us. But yet, we're putting into these things that will affect this system and can be malicious and bring the whole system down. So that's why it's important for you to support the people that are putting the data into the system. And that's why I keep saying that a lot of you should start putting your own data into the system. Start creating your own YouTube channels. And let me find this one too. Let me close with this. This is good. I like this one because it kind of puts it into a good perspective of what I'm talking about. So let's go back to where we were talking about here. And let's share this again. And let's talk about, we heard about Trojan horses. What is a computer worm? What's a computer worm? A computer worm is a standalone malware computer program that replicates itself in order to spread to other computers. Often it uses a computer network to spread itself, relying on security failures on the target computer to access it. Ladies and gentlemen, a computer worm is a Leak Project. A computer worm is Channel 27. A computer worm is R. Wayne Steiger. A computer worm is Overwatch Channel. A computer worm is the Christian Whistleblower. It's malware to the system. It's a shock to the system. Oh, Billy Idol. Dude, you should watch that video. I should pull that up, but I'll get dinged. Shock to the system, ladies and gentlemen. Shock to the system. And that video is all about exactly what I'm talking about. But we're a shock to the system. And it replicates itself because Rex has 160,000 subscribers, and I've got almost 9, and Wayne's around 12, I think, and Heidi is coming up fast. And all of this, it replicates itself. And it replicates itself when you say, you know what? That doesn't look so hard. I can do it. And you start your own YouTube channel. It replicates itself. It spreads to other computers. And it relies on security failures because we're just harmless little fuzzballs. We're just making silly little YouTube channels that nobody cares about anyway because we're just crazy conspiracy theorists and astrologer witches. These people are just nuts. And it gets into the matrix, yo. It gets into the system. And we are the worm. We're not even really real people. We're reproached by real people. They talk bad about us. They talk down about us. They make fun of us. They laugh at us. They have a good time. Oh, those silly, stupid people, nothing better to do. Grandma's garage, mobile home. Only the dark-haired girl's got a nice pad. The rest of them are crazy. And they shoot out their lips, shake their heads. Because we believe in the Elohim. And that's a mistranslation. It's not the Lord. We believe the Elohim will deliver us. We believe that there's a true light. We believe that everything that comes in the system gets enlightenment. And we believe we're going to be delivered. Because we delight in the Elohim. And we believe that we're going to win. Dudes, dudettes. This is powerful stuff. Yes, things are bad. Yes, things are tough. But guess what? We're badder. We're the OGs. We're tougher. And when the going gets tough, bam, the tough get going. And we are tough, ladies and gentlemen. I'd rather be with you than anybody else. And I think that we can make it. And oh, somebody needs a little banishment right here. So guess what? There you go. Ah, nah. You are, everybody wave bye-bye to ah, nah. I guess I was too invested in my message to have to be and you know, we got actual, our moderators actually have jobs and have to work. So they can't always be here to run ride herd on this stuff. Thank you, D. Gunyon. I appreciate it very much. I think we found a metal that could become part of our revolution. That's the Shungite I think she's talking about. Rocker chick checking on airline flights. Charge for shipping. I cannot ship them out of country. Period. Can't do it. Too expensive. There is an airport in Clearwater, Florida. Heidi's going to be there to do Vedic astrology. I won't start wearing lipstick. Tammy's eating a Twix. Gross. Please don't confuse Sophia with the android. Yeah, absolutely. Watching a show of yours from a few months ago and the change in your appearance is incredible. You look much younger and more vital. Can you tell us a little more about your program, please? Jay Campbell will tell you about it on Monday, coming on the show. Thank you. And I also went to distilled water. And I also do urine therapy. You really want to know? Do you really want to know? Nigel, sometimes you just know the truth. You're right. I was on fire on Rex's show yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate it. I felt like I nailed it. Ordered the candles on November 6th. You need to send me your intents. Yes, please. Because when you order the candle, you got to send me your intent saying my intent is I want to get in better shape. I want to run a 5-minute mile. I want to bench press 400 pounds, whatever you want to do. And then I create a sigil for you. Just want to give you an example of my kind of sigils you'd expect to see. Those are some personal sigils from my life. So I create a sigil like that. I carve it on a candle, and then I paint it in with gold paint, hand painted with gold paint, and put a lot of intention. I'm putting the whole time I'm handling that candle, I'm putting that intention into it. So there you go. Light and electricity are two sides of the same coin. And I thought about that. I mean, the AI is taken over. Yes, it's ubiquitous, but couldn't we, by those terms, say that electricity is a god as well? Because it's everywhere. Anyway, Cliff High, don't know who that is, but I'm a god gangsta. Change it to a, look for something besides God. I don't like God anymore. Look at your screen. Discover the Bible, yeah. Lucifer is a light bearer. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. Saudi Arabian female. Yeah, really. The Saudi Arabians just started letting women drive, but they're going to let a woman synthetic intelligence be a citizen. That's just crazy, man. The Christ that everyone is born with the true light. Yep. I think King David was a golem, and that could have happened to him. Good point, Karen. You were right on the Rex show. Thank you. The God of this realm was not the real mother and father. Absolutely, Ajax 92. Data is my bae. I think that means like they like him. Not sure what that means. Yeah, there's no what do we call them? No moderators. So let's put Nigel as a moderator. Not sold on the Mandela effect. That's okay. I wrote a book about it. Tawny Hendricks. Trex Lex. I don't think all AI will be bad. That's another good point right there. Because like we said, some of those AI are going to get that Christ download and they're going to say, you know what? I believe it. I believe it. Now, I'm an old school. Well, anyway, I don't want to even go into that. No need to go into that. Coke equals battery acid. Yeah, but I sure loved it. It tasted so good. But it's so bad for you. Ice cream every now and then. Yeah. I've always thought the way to victory is coming into the system. We are the rebels. Yep. Worms of divine light. Trojan virusing the system. I like the way you think, Tawny. Whoops, I just missed somebody saying something that they made it orange. I don't know how you make things orange like that. That's pretty cool. Need a wrench, Jeff Darty. We are lovers, not fighters. But what if we're lovers and fighters? Yeah. Finger looking good. Bye-bye, nah. Yeah, there you go. We don't believe. We know we're going to win. I like it, Kenneth Arnold. I like it. Urine therapy. Yeah, baby. Distilled water, urine therapy. You're like having a personal magician working for us. I like the way you said that, Celestial. Shamanka CS. That's why, and I think either tonight or tomorrow we're going to do a show where you come on, where you can, if you want to have a reading from these, there's something called a rapid fire reading. And you send me your email address, I'll bring you on, I'll do a reading for you live. And it's going to be interesting. That's why I do these things. That's why I'm trying to get you hooked on these things. That's why I talk about, be interesting what we pull. That's why I talk about, look at that, the moon, enlightenment. That's why I talk about tarot a lot. That's why I talk about the rods. I don't have any rods. Sorry, because I shipped them all out. That's why we're talking about those intention candles. I don't have any well, here's pendulums that somebody sent me. That's why we're talking about pendulums. We're trying to get you to get into some type of a divination system. So I love to be your personal magician, but I want you to be your personal magician eventually. I want you to get involved into a divination practice so you can be your own guru, guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own magician. Be your own. I have to look up Cliff High. GTA Gangsta. I love it. What did David mean when he said the Lord said to my Lord? Well, that's easy. The big Elohim said to the Lord who was running David, the Elohim said, yo, man, to Yahweh. Because there's the Elohim, and then there's the ones that created the Elohim. And since the Lord had been kicked out of the Elohim, you had who created the Elohim? The Elohim, and then you had the Lord. And then you had David. So the Lord, the Elohim, said to Rat Bastard concerning David. That's a great question. And the older scriptures used to say King Druid. I'd love to see proof of that, Tim. That's really cool. The boss of the supposed boss. There you go. Who said that? Eva Sophia. Good job. Ninti, the real Eve. Interesting. All the GTA should fight the RB. I'm trying to get everybody on board with that, Nigel. You know that. Warriors of Truth. Yes, I want to get a crystal ball because that really resonates with me. That's a really good scrying methodology. And I want to talk about when you do these intention candles as well. When we do these intention candles, and you can see this one's all jacked up because I used it as a practice. I was trying to figure out how to do it all, so it's all jacked up. But you can actually look into the flame. If you look into the flame with your intention, I need to do a teaching on this as we get a few more of these out there. If you look into the flame with your intention, Kenneth Arnold, thank you so much. I will look for your email. If you look through look into the flame with your intention, it can be like a crystal ball. You can scry your intention. So I'm just telling you ways to boom, intensify your intention. Now I can't see. Kenneth Arnold will do, my friend. Salute to you and salute to D. Gunyon. All right, I have a pendulum. Use it often. Good for you. Susan Sense. They're good stuff. I'm going to get a crystal ball. In fact, I'm going to do that right when we get off here. Cosmic Cards. Warrior Princess got her Cosmic Cards. I don't know if we got, did you, when Heidi was on, did you put in a super chat? And I don't know if we got to you. When Heidi comes on Monday, if we didn't get to you, Warrior, remind me and we'll make sure you're first in line. Because I think it might have been my fault. I might have overlooked you because I got literally 3 screens and sometimes I'm not as efficient as I should be. When I get my money, what did that say? I'll shop the store. Perfect. Enjoying your knowledge of the scriptures, demanding myself to do more. Yep, that's what I'm about. I want you to be your own guru, but I appreciate it. I appreciate helping you. I read tarot from the Hoyle deck. You know, that's my son actually was talking to me about reading tarot from the Hoyle deck. I think there's power in that. CS works with precious oils. I don't know enough about oils. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate people like Wayne sounding the alarm, making us aware of things. And hopefully giving you some hope and some inspiration and some things to think about. And something tells me on our Sunday, not your normal Sunday morning show, we might be discussing this on Sunday. I had folks working on my stuff. Thank you, Among Wolves. Among Wolves says you have no idea how much your show helps me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I only like the Rider Waite deck, and I saw the Witches deck, and I know that sounds crazy, but the Witches deck resonated with me too. It was kind of like this deck only modernized. So I may get one of those at some point. I don't know, Sarah. I have to decide today. The creator used catnip. Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you being here. I hope that you will guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru. I am here to help you unindoctrinate yourself. So I do ask and hope that you will stay fearless and you will unindoctrinate yourself. I salute you for being here and seeking after truth.